Okay, hi guys, welcome back. Still trying to get used to this idea that we're not going to be going back into the building. I'm not going to see you guys anymore for the rest of the year, and that this is the way it's going to be. The reason I do what I do isn't for biology, it's for all of you. So this is going to be really hard. For those of you who have reached out, who've been doing the assignments, who've logged into office hours, emailed me, anything, thank you so much. And if you haven't done anything, please do something. I mean, do the work or email me, let me know that you're okay. Log into office hours so I can see your face. Um, Again, I do what I do for you guys, not for this biology stuff. So just, yeah, please let me know that you're doing okay. The topics that we've done last week and this week, I think they're fairly interesting. So it's something that I think you'll enjoy looking at and doing and talking about. So just let me know that you're okay. Do some of these assignments. The weather's been pretty nice, so if you're able, get out and do something outside if you can. No matter what it is, being cooped up inside all the time is not fun, so if you're able to get out safely and do something, make sure you're taking advantage of that. Today was actually quite warm out at the end of the day. So our topic this week, here's the module that we'll have this week. It's going to be all about bioethics. So first I'm going to walk you through typically the outline of what we're going to do for the week, and then I will go through a presentation that's just an intro to bioethics and what it is for you guys. So task one for this week, you're going to watch this video, so you're already getting off to a great start if you're watching this video. And then there will be a brief online assignment that'll walk you through figuring out what is and what are not ethical questions, and then it'll walk you through figuring out and answering based on your opinion one ethical question that'll actually be kind of relevant to coronavirus going around now. So I think you will enjoy that. Task 2. There will be a short video where Miss Duel will walk you through designer babies and what are designer babies, and then instructions for this assignment. Basically, designer babies are, if we were allowed to choose all the traits that our kids would have, then our babies would be considered designer babies. So here you'll get to take a side if you think it's right or wrong, why, and respond to your peers and maybe have a little bit of conversation about choosing traits for our children and why or why not would not that be okay. And then task 3 is going to be a solely choice-based. There's a list. There'll be a list here of probably 20 or so different bioethical questions. You'll go through. You'll choose one that interests you the most and respond to the questions about your opinions about that particular topic that you choose. So again, those are our 3 tasks for this week. My office hours on Monday this week are going to be a little different. My office hours Monday are going to be from 12 to 1 because I have a doctor's appointment at 1:30. So, but after that, they're going to switch back to Monday and Wednesday from 1 to 2. So Wednesday it'll be 1 to 2. So Monday my office hours will be noon to 1, Wednesday 1 to 2. Again, you just log in the link that I'll send you, and you can ask me any questions or just talk, anything that you would like. So I'll be there for that. Okay, so now I'm going to take you through an intro to bioethics. Sorry about that. So bioethics, basically it's a human enterprise, so scientists have a lot of information out there, and it's conducted in a social context, which means it can have ethical implications. Some people may agree or disagree about any given topic and how scientists should use the information that we have. So scientists can find a lot of information, and we have to figure out what is okay and what is not okay in a way on how we use that information. So everybody's going to have an opinion and a belief, but it's up to scientists on large part to figure out what is and what is not okay. And this will be a really big topic for you guys as you get older, you become voters, and you're going to have a part in deciding what is and what is not okay in our society. So it's a fairly interesting topic. I think you guys will like it. So bioethics is basically just a branch of general ethics. So general ethics are, it's a field of study that looks at the moral basis of human behavior. So why we act the way we do and what is and is not okay. So this happens on a daily basis. Most ethical questions are going to be larger ethical questions that we don't face on a daily basis, but it's our attempts to figure out what's the best course of action when there's no clear right or wrong answer. You could debate either side. How do we choose what to do? So general ethical questions would be, how do we choose what to do when there could be disagreements on two sides of an issue? So one ethical question is it ever okay to steal? Would it ever be okay to steal? You could argue either way. Some people could say, yes, sometimes it is okay, and some people will say, no, it's never okay to steal. Another example would be, should the government be able to control the number of kids that you have? Some people would agree, some people would disagree. Is it okay to risk harming another if you're actually going to benefit one person that really needs something? So is it okay to risk harming others to benefit one person who really needs something or is clearly in need? And then one that I'm sure you guys have faced is it ever okay to let someone copy your homework? Again, you could argue either way. So those are general ethical questions. But if you dove down into ethics, there's a particular category called bioethics, which is a field that applies particularly to life sciences and biology. So it helps you make decisions about how to use the scientific knowledge that we have. Some types of bioethical questions would be, the one listed here is, how should we decide who receives organ transplants? So for instance, if we have a liver that is there to donate to someone, and we have many different people who need a liver, how do we choose who gets it? How do we choose if a 10-year-old kid who got in an accident gets the liver versus an alcoholic who's drank their whole life and has ruined their liver? So should those things be taken into consideration when we choose who gets the organ? Other bioethical questions are going to be ones that you might hear about. What is and is not okay, and the extent to which we help keep people alive. So some people are in medically induced comas or in comas for extended periods of time, and is that okay? Other bioethical questions is the one we're going to look at later this week. Is it okay to choose the traits that your children will have? So is it okay to choose all the traits that your kids will have? Should everyone be organ donors? Or is it okay to actually donate your organs to another person? Stem cells, is it okay to harvest stem cells and use those for nerve damage, possibly, to replace nerves? Is it okay to use stem cells? The reason that one can be debatable is because they can often come from embryos. Cloning. Is cloning okay? Is it okay to clone your dog? Is it okay to clone a person? Why or why not? Another bioethical question would be, is it okay for a physician to help aid in the death of a patient who is requesting it? So would it be okay if a cancer patient is suffering and really wants to end their life? Is it okay for a physician to help them? Another new one that's coming up, you guys might have heard about it, is cryonics. So some people are requesting that their bodies be frozen right after they die in the hopes that one day there will be some huge scientific discovery that will be able to bring them back to life. Is that okay? So there's many different bioethical questions, and it's a very interesting field. So again, these ethical questions, they have no right or wrong answer that's going to justify or satisfy everybody. Oftentimes they're going to include the words, should this be okay? Is it okay? Should this happen? You might also hear the word ought. So again, if you hear a question that has the word should or ought, it's typically going to be ethical. These questions will have many different solutions. So the one about that I said about how to keep people alive, many people are going to have many different beliefs about that. Some people will say it's okay to resuscitate them. It's okay to keep them on a ventilator a short time. Other people are going to be like, well, it's 30 days is okay. So there are many different solutions that you could use to solve these problems. Many people have very different opinions. And they're often going to contain many different moral choices and dilemmas. So sometimes they can be challenging to answer. When anyone faces any of these ethical questions or bioethical questions, it's going to be very important to examine all the facts that you have out there. So for the one about, let's just stick with the one we were just talking about how we should keep people alive and how long and in which ways, you would want to look at all the different evidence out there, all the different facts that we have about what are the person's long-term outcomes, how the technology is used, would the person be put in pain. You're going to want to examine all the facts that you have and get as much information as you can before you ultimately make your decision. You're also going to try to define all the unknowns that you may have, which would be putting yourself in someone else's shoes, I guess you could say. So knowing like anything that you can about everybody that's involved in the situation and how anyone would be helped or harmed. So for this one, the one about keeping people alive, you could say, what is it going to do to the person in the situation? What is going to be their long-term outcome? Could they actually recover if we're keeping them alive? Versus how many people would it harm if they weren't able to get a bed in the hospital? Maybe something like that. So how it affects everyone in that particular situation. And then sometimes you have to realize that you might not have all of the information. You're going to have to make a decision somehow, and you may not have all the facts. You just got to come to the best decision that you can. So this week this one will really stick out because we're not going to be able to get all the facts and solve all the unknowns about the things that we talk about this week. You'll just have to use what you know right now to come to your own conclusions about them. So again, sometimes you're making decisions when you don't know all the facts, and that's okay. So that's what I have for you about bioethics. If you have any questions, please log into office hours. Email me. So again, your task this week, you're going to watch this video, answer the questions. Task 2 is going to watch a short video by Miss Duell and give your opinion and respond to someone else about designer babies and choosing our baby's traits. And then task 3 will be to choose a topic of your own and discuss how you feel about that particular topic. Don't forget, you're able to make up missing work. So all the quizzes have been converted into concept checks, all the ones since winter break. So you have 3 retakes on all of those. If you need a virtual copy of a lab or something, reach out. I can get that to you. Yeah, so basically reach out to me if you need me. Log into office hours. And take care.